It was Kaiser Soze, Agent Kuyan. I mean, the devil himself. How do you shoot the devil in the back?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at the films that blow viewers' minds right before the end. We're diving deep into each story, so definitely a spoiler alert is in effect.
You won't tell anyone my secret, right?
No. I promise.
Number 10. Non-linear time. Arrival. In this sci-fi drama, linguist Louise Banks communicates with the heptapods. These mysterious aliens arrive with a message crucial to humanity's future.
Now that's a proper introduction.
Just when it seems that General Shang will order an attack against them, Louise convinces him to change his mind. How does she do that? Because the heptapods have imparted their ability to perceive time non-linearly.
So we both love you very much.
I know. It's just a cartoon. Not real.
Louise? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Pretty cool, right? That's not even the real twist. We learn that the child Louise lost at the beginning of the movie isn't hers. At least not yet. As it turns out, we, the audience, have been following Louise in non-linear time as well. Louise accepts her fate, choosing to experience the fleeting happiness she will have with her daughter despite the inevitable heartbreak in store.
If you could see your whole life from start to finish, would you change things?
Number 9. Jigsaw was there all along. Saw. Delivering twists in the 11th hour is a trademark of the Saw series, but the first entry remains the best at its execution.
Dr. Gordon, this is your wake-up call. Every day of your working life, you have given people the news that they're going to die soon. Now you will be the cause of death.
Trapped in a dilapidated bathroom by the serial killer Jigsaw, Adam and Lawrence try any way they can to survive. After the latter escapes by cutting off his own foot, Adam gets the shock of his life. Not only was the villain watching the whole time, but he was there all along. As the film earlier hinted, he likes to have a front row seat to his sick games. The faint ray of hope we have for Adam extinguishes quickly as Jigsaw signals curtains for him. Or, as he says, "Game over." And he doesn't even leave the lights on. How rude. Number 8. What's in the box? 7. You must have heard this long parodied quote even if you haven't seen this film.
What's in the box?
But David Mills has good reason to lose his cool. In 7, Mills and his partner Somerset hunt a serial killer obsessed with the 7 deadly sins. Although it carries a bleak tone, the film builds toward a finale where justice will prevail. Or that's what it wants us to believe. After catching the killer, the sudden arrival of a package marks the shift in power.
This guy paid me $500 to bring it out here, man. He said he wanted it here at exactly 7 o'clock.
The protagonist learns it contains the remains of his wife, as the villain reveals he had a final trick up his sleeve. His death at Mills's hands completes his mission. Although the bad guy is gone, the heroes well and truly lose during the film's last moments.
We'll take care of him.
Whatever he needs.
Number 7. Army arrives too late. The Mist. Before films like Bird Box and A Quiet Place normalized stories about unseen monsters, The Mist took a shot at this premise. Here, members of a small town are threatened by creatures in the titular mist.
No, don't go out there. It's death out there. It's the end of days.
By the climax, the remaining survivors' luck runs out. They decide to end their existence rather than fall prey to a grisly demise. Considering the odds were always against them, this ending makes sense.
We gave it a good shot. Nobody can say we didn't.
Nope. Nobody can say that.
However, the film has one last kick in the gut remaining. Instead of monsters, the army shows up through the mist. The protagonists would have been saved if they'd held on for a few more moments. Instead, we're left with the shot of final survivor David breaking down. Humanity may have won, but at this moment, David loses everything worth living for. Number 6. Aaron's Truth, Primal Fear. Attorney Martin Vale attempts to exonerate troubled youngster Aaron Stampler.
That's exactly how I want you to look. That's exactly it. Now, can you remember that? Look in the mirror if you have to. That's the look.
No, I don't have to. This is how I always look.
Well, then you're way ahead of the game already, aren't you?
Vale believes Aaron's split personality, Roy, is responsible for a murder that puts Aaron on trial. The film details the differences between the two personalities, convincing us of Aaron's innocence. Ultimately, Aaron is deemed innocent. But just when we're in for a wholesome ending, the truth comes to light.
Hey, Mr. Vale.
Yeah.
Will you tell Miss Venable I'm sorry? Tell her I hope her neck is okay.
Learning that Aaron remembers events only Roy would, Vale realizes that it was all an act. There was no split personality to begin with. There was never an Aaron either. Roy had everyone duped, fabricating a complex lie to escape justice.
There never was a Roy.
Jesus Christ, Marty, if that's what you think, I am disappointed in you. I don't mind telling you. There never was an Aaron.
This bombshell recontextualizes all the film's events, turning it from a legal thriller into a full-blown psychological horror. Number 5. Borden's Trick, The Prestige. Christopher Nolan first displayed his knack for mind-blowing twists with Memento, but The Prestige arguably trumps it with a deceptively simple trick. Magician Robert Angier crosses every ethical boundary to defeat his rival Alfred Borden.
I saw happiness. Happiness that should have been mine. But I was wrong. His notebook reveals that he never had the life that I envied.
This includes creating and killing clones of himself to replicate Borden's transported man act. He believes he's won after framing Borden for the death of his clone. However, Borden is avenged by another Borden.
My brother. A twin. You were Fallon. The whole time.
No. We were both Fallon. And we were both Borden.
A dying Angier learns the truth. Borden was an identity shared by twins. So, while one twin died, the other walked away a free man. The Prestige proves why a magician never reveals his secret, because the real magic is the audience's reaction.
See, sacrifice, Robert. That's the price of a good trick.
And this ending certainly leaves our jaws on the floor. Number 4. Kaiser Soze revealed, The Usual Suspects. Agent Dave Kuyan listens to con artist Verbal Kint recount the events that led to a boat massacre.
Are you trying to get a rise out of me, Agent Kuyan?
I just want to hear your story.
It's all there.
Heists, gambits, and betrayals ensue, all leading to criminal mastermind Kaiser Soze. The antagonist's identity is shrouded in mystery, and Verbal paints him as something of a boogeyman figure. By the end, Kuyan lets Verbal go, convinced he's a pawn in Soze's game.
If someone wants to get you, they're going to get you out there. Turn state's evidence. You might never see trial.
Maybe so. But I'm not a rat, Agent Kuyan.
But as we find out, there was indeed a game, and it was Kuyan who got played, because Kaiser Soze is none other than Verbal himself, having just pulled off his greatest trick. Some films have so many twists that it's hard to keep track of what's going on. In the case of The Usual Suspects, this is deliberately by design. Poof.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Number 3. Malcolm Realization, The Sixth Sense. The prevailing theme of this psychological thriller is acceptance. Psychologist Malcolm Crowe helps troubled child Cole, who can see the dead.
I see dead people.
In your dreams? While you're awake?
Under his guidance, Cole comes to accept his gift. For most of the film, Malcolm's role is to act as the youngster's support, but when his job is done, his world comes crashing down. We learn why his connection to Cole is so strong. It's because the latter was the only one who could see him.
I see people. They don't know they're dead.
How often do you see them?
All the time.
Recalling an encounter from the beginning of the film, Malcolm realizes he's been dead the whole time. The true purpose of his relationship with Cole was to come to terms with his own demise. Along with shattering the illusion Malcolm cultivated, this revelation makes audiences perceive the film in an entirely different light.
I think I can go now. Just needed to do a couple things. Needed to help someone.
Number 2. Norman is Mother, Psycho. Even more than 6 decades after its release, Psycho remains one of the best examples of masterfully swerving audience expectations.
She just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes.
The first shocker is the famous bathroom scene. Viewers were stunned when heroine Janet Leigh's character was killed off halfway through the movie. But it's the reveal of her slayer that elevates Psycho to classic status. After teasing Norman Bates' mother as the antagonist, the closing minutes steer into uncharted territory.
Norman Bates no longer exists. He only half existed to begin with. And now, the other half has taken over. Probably for all time.
Mrs. Bates is alive, but only within the confines of Norman's mind. Turns out the weak-willed and helpless Norman is Mother. Unable to deal with the guilt of taking her life, Norman concocted her personality within himself.
He was always bad, and in the end he intended to tell them I killed those girls and that man, as if I could do anything except just sit and stare, like one of his stuffed birds.
For many film aficionados, this ending represents the first big twist that changed the cinematic landscape forever. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. The reunion that never was, Atonement. Robbie and Cecilia's happy ending is fictional.
So in the book, I wanted to give Robbie and Cecilia what they lost out on in life.
Nothing probably happened. American Psycho. Was it all in Patrick Bateman's head?
Why not, you stupid bastard? Because I had dinner with Paul Allen twice in London. Just 10 days ago. No, you didn't. Now, if you'll excuse me.
The Doppelganger. Us. The Adelaide we know isn't the real Adelaide. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. They've been on Earth all along. Planet of the Apes. It's not every day that a grim finale can be just as satisfying as a happy one. In this sci-fi classic, astronauts land on a planet dominated by apes.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Protagonist George Taylor fights his way through the simian overlords in his bid for freedom. Taylor and his companion Nova believe the Forbidden Zone is the passageway for their escape back home.
Where will you go?
To start with, I'll follow the shoreline and my nose.
But suppose you find nothing but a wasteland. How will you survive?
But waiting for him at the end of his path is the last thing Taylor expected to see. The ruins of the Statue of Liberty confirm that all hope is lost. The supposed ape planet has been Earth the whole time. Trapped in a dystopian future, Taylor can do nothing but rue his fate.
Finally, really did it. You maniacs! You blew it up! Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
And all we can do is watch in collective silence. Which plot twist had you at a loss for words? Let us know in the comments.
That's what he wants. He wants you to shoot him.
No! No!
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.